The site manager must maintain records of all inspections, maintenance, and repairs of service carts for the entire time the vehicle is owned or leased by Aramark. These records do not include documentation of daily pre-use inspections. Consult Fleet Services for further assistance. Periodic Program Review. This program and its effectiveness will be reviewed periodically, including the specific elements. Spot checks to verify whether or not each service cart is being inspected routinely and used safely. This may include polling employees or simply asking questions concerning the effectiveness of the program. Potential review of the following items as they relate to the program. Results of pre-use inspections and maintenance for the past year, hazard reports and suggestions from associates from the past year, incident investigations for the past year, safety and health presentations for the past year. If the periodic review indicates that changes, additions, or improvements to the program are needed, the site manager will be responsible for coordinating the implementation of action items and documenting their completion. The site manager will conduct the following checks at the frequency indicated below. Daily, operator licenses are checked to confirm that operators are authorized to operate carts and that the licenses are current. All reported incidents are investigated. Conduct spot checks of permits and licenses being carried by operators. Weekly, pre-use inspection checklists are reviewed from the prior week. Corrective actions are followed up and completed following incidents. Spot checks of carts are conducted to ensure proper inspection and safe use. Yearly, program is reviewed and changes are documented. Incident investigations, hazard reports, and corrective actions are reviewed and improvements are documented. Vehicle maintenance records are reviewed. Next slide. Training. The designated manager is responsible for training supervisors and managers to understand their duties with regard to this program. In turn, managers and supervisors are responsible for ensuring that associates are trained in the proper use and care of service carts and for maintaining appropriate training records. Upon successful completion of the training requirements, associates will be certified and issued an operator permit identifying what carts the associate is authorized to operate. Training prior to assignment and as needed. All employees will be trained and be able to demonstrate competency prior to assignments of duties that involve the use of service carts. Additional training will be provided whenever new types of service carts are introduced into the workplace. Refresher training will be provided whenever an employee is observed operating a cart in an unsafe manner or when an operator is involved in an incident that involves property damage or an injury. Training will be conducted by a qualified person with an appropriate level of authority. A qualified trainer must be a person with the requisite knowledge, training, and experience to conduct the training to ensure operators have understood the Aramark requirements and can demonstrate safe use of the carts. They must also have the authority to remove any operator who does not adhere to the requirements and safe practices for operating carts. Training will be documented. Training will be repeated at least once every 3 years, including a demonstration of competency. Refer to Form OS7A05 for training agenda and roster. Certification of training. Training will be certified by completion of the test located in Forms OS7A06 at the back of this program document or by the completion of a similar test provided by the vehicle manufacturer. Operator permits are provided in Form OS7A07. These should be printed, filled out, and given to operators who successfully complete the required training and are qualified to operate service carts. Next slide. Record keeping. The following records must be maintained at the location. Training records are maintained in accordance with Aramark Records Retention Policy. Copies of the inspection records are maintained for a period of 1 year. Copies of preventive maintenance records are maintained for a period of 1 year. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Quick Start Service Cart Operation. Program Administration. Select a program administrator, know and understand this procedure. Conduct an annual equipment inventory. Select an authorized qualified driver. Step 2. Step 1. Program Administration. Select a program administrator, know and understand this procedure. Conduct annual equipment inventory. Select an authorized qualified driver. Step 2. Staff Training. Train all service cart operators prior to using equipment. Ensure all service cart operators pass a written test. Document and save all training records in the employee's training file. Step 3. Inspections. Conduct pre-use inspections of equipment. Complete weekly reviews of equipment inspections and take corrective actions. Ensure key control procedure is implemented. Step 4. Safe operation and maintenance. Post and follow safe operating rules. Check operator license daily to confirm authorization. Complete all periodic service cart maintenance. Store all fuels in accordance with NFPA 30. Conduct spot checks of equipment to ensure proper condition and safe use. Conduct annual review of equipment maintenance records. Step 5. Records retention. Maintain training records for a minimum of 3 years. Maintain inspection and review records for a minimum of 1 year. Maintain all equipment maintenance records. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. Cart safety rules. These rules must be read and followed by all persons who operate carts on behalf of Aramark. Only employees approved by their direct supervisor may drive carts. All persons who drive electric carts must have a current valid driver's license and Aramark operator's permit. Before driving a cart, employees must have an approval from their direct supervisor. Before employees begin driving carts, they are to be given an orientation to cart operation and the safety rules that are to be followed. Drivers are to slow down or stop at all blind intersections and drive out from doors whenever possible and anticipate doors opening suddenly in front of you. Drivers are to drive carefully and courteously and yield to pedestrians or gain the right of way by verbal communication or eye contact. There is no joyriding or similar non-purposed use. Precautions shall be taken to prevent loads from shifting or falling from the cart, and passengers must be in a passenger seat with limbs inside the cart. All accidents shall be reported to the supervisor immediately. Report unsafe conditions to the supervisor immediately. Report mechanical or maintenance problems to the program administrator or your own supervisor. Do not alter the cart's safety equipment. Do not drive while taking medications if the label or your doctor advises against it. After dark, always use headlights if the cart is so equipped. Absolutely no horseplay will be allowed while driving a cart. Extra caution must be used when towing another cart or trailer. Hitches must be sound and the load secured to prevent shifting or falling off. A second person may need to guide or monitor the object in tow. Take care in where carts are parked so they are not blocking walkways, fire lanes, or become an obstacle for people with disabilities. Do not leave keys in parked carts. When the rear view is obstructed, do not back up without assistance or get out to see if the way is clear. Caution fellow employees of unsafe driving practices. If they persist, report them to your own supervisor. Drivers must be responsible and use good judgment and maintain safe speeds at all times. No unauthorized personnel shall be given rides. These safety rules are to be observed by all employees, not just those who drive carts. Next slide. Service carts are one of the most common vehicle types in dining and facilities operations, and allowing operators to drive these vehicles without proper training increases the potential for operators and pedestrians to be injured or cause property damage. This concludes the Aramark Service Cart Safety Operation Training. Thank you.